This is another edition of Pedz's Final Verdict.
Back in 2019, before the pandemic, I played through a game that I very much did not like. It was Paw Patrol on a roll. Now, over 2 years later, I tackled the follow-up game, Paw Patrol Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay.
Look at those pup treats. Collect as
Oh,
many
you
as
start
you
talking
can
about
to
those
get
fucking
reward-
pup treats again, I'll fucking nail you to a wall.
Good job. Try to get as many pup treats as you can.
Ah, again! Paw Patrol Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay has some of the same annoyances as its predecessor. For example, Ryder is still very annoying. But fortunately, the devs took pity on me and made it so Ryder doesn't talk as much as he did in Paw Patrol on a roll. Thankfully. There are some odd things that go on with him speaking though. Ryder will be telling you about what you need to do or explain how one of the pup's abilities work for certain sections of the game, and they will randomly just cut out halfway through the dialogue. It's an odd glitch that seemed rather random on when it would happen. Another issue is, again, the pups don't speak at all. I know I'm complaining about Ryder getting on my nerves, but honestly, why is a game about a show with talking dogs not got any talking dogs? Simple catchphrases would be welcome, but alas, they aren't here.
Has asked us to find Chickaletta. However, Chickaletta is hiding and we can't find her anywhere.
She's right behind there in a bush, come on!
Someone left rubbish on the beach. Press the
Bastards!
action button to recycle it. You have arrived. Chickaletta is playing hide and seek, and Mayor Goodway can't find.
Why is it doing that?
Shouldn't be too far.
The gameplay, while nothing exceptional, is at least more interesting than on a roll. The little mini games that pop up for you to do during an objective are really simple, but they are more diverse than in the previous entry. I understand the simplicity when this is a young children's game, but at least there's some variety with this. Mighty Pups moves from a 2D plane to a 3D one, and while there are no fail states, it still feels more interesting looking at small splitting routes or going slightly off the beaten path to find the badge or the treats. The audio seems suitably fine. It's actually pretty decent, which I wasn't really expecting. The soundtrack is a sort of pleasant rock kind of jam throughout. Again, it's something they improved from the previous game. No, it's not going to be considered a classic soundtrack, but it's perfectly enjoyable while you jump around collecting dog biscuits. I honestly went into this expecting to be more like the previous game and be totally awful, but I came away enjoying it more than I expected. I didn't love the game, but it's alright. It could do with a bit more challenge, but for a young child I can see them having a much more fun and interesting time than on a roll. For me though, it's simply too easy and also very short. It took about 2 hours to finish, though there are mini games to play and collectibles to add some longevity. Snip. Snip. Did you know that when you go for the snip, they get a dog to come along and they snip? They just snip it as revenge for all the testicles that people cut off dogs when they get castrated.
Awesome! You found the first badge. We need Sky for this rescue. We need Sky.
Every
for
time he
this
says
rescue.
badge, I keep hearing badge. I don't know why. Not if it's the way he says it. As said, there are issues with the game, but it's fairly enjoyable if too short and easy. But it's a big step up from the last game. It's something I would genuinely recommend to younger children, especially if they like the show, though they may be a little disappointed by the lack of pup voices. Anyway, I think this deserves a better than average 6 Pugsleys out of 10.